Hello, thank you so much for joining me this morning. So, Tayo, what can you tell me about Tilz Prosperitas and your journey?
So, thank you very much for having me today. It's actually quite a pleasure. Tilz Prosperitas is a business that I actually started off by accident, really. I didn't want to do a business, but my sister-in-law actually forced me to explore trading online. So that's how I got into selling on Amazon. And since then, we have literally become a list-based business that's trading globally. We have evolved, we've changed, we've started from learning how to just make profits, just selling products and making profits online, to creating our own range of products that we now do in how many continents we are in now? I think 4.
You are always abroad.
Literally. So we are in USA, Australia, EU, 6 countries in the EU, and this year we're going to Canada.
Wow. And when did you actually start the business? Sorry.
So we started Tilz Prosperitas. We started the company in 2017. I started in 2017.
2017?
Yes, we started in 2017, and since then we've evolved. This brand, Tilz Collection, was created in 2021.
Amazing. So what was the inspiration then behind the company? And was there any problem that you were trying to solve at the time? What was the inspiration?
Honestly, it was just the inspiration of starting the company was just a distraction. Like I said, I didn't intend to start a company, so it was a company that was started just to create some sort of distraction. But I have something I've been told, which is whatever I set my heart to, I just tend to do it really well. So once I got into it, I needed to focus on it.
Yeah.
And once I focused on it, then what then came across was the fact that there was a gap. There was a gap in the gifting market, and people needed to have something that was affordable for everyone. So that was how we started, from creating gift hampers to creating bespoke products like the Tilz collection lines.
God, amazing. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you've faced while growing Tilz, and how have these experiences shaped the company today? So you started the company in 2017, and we had COVID in amongst all of that. So what have been the challenges?
There's been a lot of challenges. I can't even say. It's been absolutely significant. There's been accessibility. There's been finance. There's been uncertainty, and there's been the economy as well. So our first export was in 2018, and people don't know this actually. Our first export was in 2018 for a product we created called Snug Band, which was to stop when you're exercising as a woman, to stop the breast from bouncing heavily. That was our first experience of exports, and it actually did well in America, but the cost to export from UPS, the cost was too high, so we had to stop that. We had to start something else. So it's about stopping one thing and starting. We were doing toys as well, but the regulations for conformity became significantly hard, so we had to stop that and go into something more sustainable. It was in the urge, in the quest for a sustainable product. That's how the range came about, and looking for something where we were already creating gifts. COVID was a high opener for us. So what happened in COVID was people were at home. People couldn't go out to buy stuff, but people wanted to send love. And that is one of the core. One of the things I love most about being British is the love of wanting to make sure the other person, even though you cannot see each other, but you can send some love to them. So what we realized was people were buying a lot of our gift hampers. We were creating hampers from different brands into the box, and they were doing really well. So people were buying those hampers, people were buying gifts, and the challenge now is bringing something to the market. it's challenging being a woman. It's challenging being an ethnic minority. It's challenging getting access to finance. And there's been so many challenges. I remember my last meeting when I was in Cologne last week. My co-manufacturer actually said to me that when we approached them, because I was persistent, I didn't give up. They constantly said no to us. They thought I was fraud. They thought I wanted to dupe them because of my background. But it's just about proving yourself over and over. So one of the things I've done really well, really, is to not be ashamed to prove myself. And I'm humble enough to want to prove myself every time. And I plead with people to give me a chance, give me a chance. Just give me a chance, 1 or 2 years, and give me the opportunity to prove myself. And that has really worked. And also the other part as well is being perseverance. We haven't come this far because I've stopped and started. It's been constant perseverance, constant hard work, and showing up every single day, and just making the best of the little you have, and looking at the better future. So, looking ahead then, what does the future look like? I mean, you've taken us on an amazing journey there. What's your advice for the future generations, for the budding entrepreneurs? Because you are an icon, people will be following your journey. What's the advice, and what's next for Tilz Prosperitas as well? So for Tilz, in the next few years, we just aim to continue to build on what we do best. We've overcome a lot of others. We have a lot of lessons learned, and we just literally continue to build. We want our presence. We want to be present in more countries. We want to explore more countries, and we want to try and get a lot more established in the UK as well. So getting some of our single units item, this small jar spices, into more farm shops. We have a target of eating 600 farm shops in the next few years, and also building more range and expanding the range. And then for me, in terms of the youngsters, in terms of those wanting to come and be a business, first of all, as a woman, if there's any woman out there wanting or thinking about, starting a business, there's no better time to be a woman entrepreneur. Now is the time to be a woman entrepreneur, because the support is out there, the advice is out there. The only thing we need is action. And for every youngster, it is, the future, the Gen Z are set to be, wealthier than the previous generation, and the future generation are also set to be so much wealthy. So if you have any idea, put the ideas down, put down into paper, and think about it, and always speak to those that have gone before you. Ask them for advice. There are so many opportunities, and don't be afraid to test stuff. This is what I say to people: when you fail, you always have a lesson to learn. The worst thing is not learning from your mistakes, which is one thing we do well. So we learn very well for our mistakes. So learn from your mistakes. Don't see a failure as a bad thing. See it as an opportunity to learn and to do things better. So I think everyone should just take action, do it, and just go for it. Don't be afraid. Amazing and fantastic advice. Thank you. So any message you want to give to our YABA members, and how can they get in touch with you? So for the YABA members, we are open for corporate gifting. So we can create bespoke gifting for your business, when you have events, when you have anything. Just give us a shout. So you can reach us on support@tilzmark.com, or trade at, if it's business to business, trade at tilzcollections.co.uk. Tayo, thank you so much for your time. This has been a fantastic podcast, and I think everybody's going to really enjoy listening to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.